Screen now.
I think you are.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Judy, and everybody at OK for arranging this webinar to focus on our fabulous cycling in Ontario. And thanks everybody for participating. Humdinger is based in the township of Oro-Medonte, which is right between Barrie and Orillia, the cities of Barrie, Orillia, and Simcoe County. Our tour region is sort of cottage country, central Ontario cottage country. So Simcoe, Muskoka, District of Parry Sound, Grey and Bruce County, and Haliburton. I think people are tuned in from all over the province, but Ottawa's sort of over there where the red arrow is. You can get to us in 4.5 hours from Ottawa if it's the right conditions. We're about 1.5 hours straight north of Toronto, about 2.5 hours from Niagara region. We know the area. I've lived in this area most of my life, and we know this south and east of Georgian Bay area really well, and work to make tours that incorporate local culture and food and sightseeing with, of course, great cycling. And we gear our cycling to all levels of cyclists. We have novice tours and advanced tours and everything in between. We also offer a range of support levels, fully guided tours as well as self-guided tours. And because our tours are small and we know the area really well, we specialize in customization. So we can do a tour that works well for you, your group, the number of days you want, the specific region you want, and the route difficulty. We do also offer pre-developed tours. So I'm going to highlight some of those, and then I'll talk a little bit more about the customization business. So our signature tour is called Georgian Bay Muskoka. It's 6 days and 5 nights. It's fully guided and supported. It starts in Parry Sound and rides down into Muskoka at Port Carling, does a loop around Lake Rosso. We then go back out to Georgian Bay at Port Severn, where the Severn River comes into Georgian Bay, spend some time in the Georgian Bay Islands National Park, which is where these people are now. And then on the 5th day, we ride along the shores of Georgian Bay into Collingwood Blue Mountains area via Balm Beach and Wasaga Beach. And on the last day, we go up over the Niagara Escarpment and in Thornbury, just touching into Grey County. For 2021, this tour is custom dates only. So for groups of friends and family who want to book together, a minimum of 6 people, we can figure out dates hopefully for this tour. It's fully inclusive with meals, and it ranges from very, very lovely fine dining to very casual picnics en route. At the other end of the support spectrum, we have a tour we call Simcoe Loop Trail plus Georgian Bay and Severn. This is a self-guided tour, 5 days and 4 nights. The Simcoe Loop Trail you'll see on the left side of your screen. I'm not sure if you can see my mouse, but it's 160 kilometers of mostly bike path, about 80% bike path, a combination of gravel and paved, and some on-road sections. Barrie, Midland, Penetang up here, and Orillia down here. And people tend to do it over 3 days. There are people who do it in 1 or 2 days as well, of course. We've added in 2 loops to make it 5 days. So there's the Awenda Park loop up northwest of Penetang that goes through the Awenda Provincial Park, and the Big Chute loop that runs along the Severn River, the end part of the Trent Severn system, past the Big Chute Marine Railway, which is a National Historic Site. The dates, the preset dates are listed there, and we can do custom dates for groups of 4 or more for the Simcoe Loop Trail Plus. It starts in Barrie, goes up to Midland, and then Awenda Park, back to Port Severn, where we stay at Raleigh Resort, a very preferred place among our guests. We've been using it since 2018. Then the Big Chute Loop, and then back down to Orillia through the village of Coldwater. This is M's Cafe that is known to many cyclists and has been awarded Bike Friendly Business Awards by Ontario by Bike, I think on more than one occasion. And then a night in Orillia, close to Lake Couchiching, and finishing up in Barrie on the last day.
Hey, Sarah, I want to put in, it's a great route, guys. Everybody should do it if you're interested. It's really, really, really well done.
Thank you. Yeah, it's
okay. I'll go back to mute.
It is a great route, and the extra loops give you a little bit more Georgian Bay time and Severn River time. This one I'm throwing in because it's a weekend. It's a 2-day, 1-night trip, and it's fun. It's relatively short distances. It's part guided and part self-guided, which is a little bit strange, but it's worked really well. We ran it quite a few times last year. If you look on our website, there are quite a few dates, weekend dates in July and August. The first day is a guided cycling tour of Orillia. And this is Stephen Leacock House, which is on the tour. And it finishes with lunch and beer tasting at Couchiching Craft Brewery, downtown Orillia. We always, when we do any bike and beer tours, we put the biking first and the beer second. And second day is self-guided out to Quails Brewery, which is a less than a year old brewery in Oro-Madani Township, close to Mount St. Louis ski hill, up on a hill, spectacular view. Right out there, have lunch, have some beer tasting, and then we shuttle people back to Orillia after that. It's really good fun. And then new this year is an introduction to bike packing. So this one we're running June 11th to 13th, and we also have September dates, which I think are the 10th to 12th. That's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This one it's sort of a interesting model. It's teaching you to be self-supported, but in a supported environment. So it's a part workshop and part bike tour. We are using the Simcoe Loop Tour for this. The first night of accommodation is camping, and the second night is hotel. So I guess technically it's a combination of bike packing and bike touring. I co-developed it with one of my guides, Alec Diebel, who's a very experienced outdoors person. And we're looking forward to running this one. It will be a max of 10 people, so it should be fun and it should be a good learning experience for anyone who's curious about bike packing but doesn't want to set out on their own without support. We're hoping people will come for the June dates and then be able to be independent for the rest of the summer with their bike packing if that's something they're interested in. And that's someone on the Loop Trail, the Simcoe Loop Trail. And then, as I said earlier, we do custom tours. So, you know, your group of people, your dates, whether you want guiding or not, and how difficult you want your routes. We designed longer, harder routes for few people, shorter, easy routes for lots of people. It really depends what the group wants. And if you're thinking about this, the custom, keep in mind we do Haliburton. That's Haliburton Rail Trail. That looks like the picture that Judy showed up front. That's the Gull River in the village of Minden. That's Boschkung Brewery, which is just north of Minden. And actually that's Rhubarb Restaurant, which is also the same place as Boschkung Brewery. And those people look like they haven't been cycling, but they were. We just let them get cleaned up before we took them out for dinner. And we also extend into Bruce County. So that is, of course, beautiful Lake Huron. That's Bruce Peninsula north of Lions Head. And we do vehicle support and luggage transfer, and we do passenger transfer as well, which is sometimes hard to get. We have a great big trailer and can take lots and lots of bikes safely and lots of luggage safely. That's our website right there for more information, humdingerbicycletours.ca. And I talked about our Georgian Bay Muskoka 6-day, which is luxurious, fully guided, the Simcoe Loop Trail plus Georgian Bay and Severn, which is self-guided, the fun weekend pedal pints and pubs Aurelia, intro to bike packing, and custom tours. Thanks very much. And I don't know if Judy, if we have time for questions or if you want to leave that.
Well, I think we'll leave the questions to the end. So if you have questions, just type into the chat and we'll try to look after them at the end. Super. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you, Sarah. So that was Sarah. Thank you very much, Sarah. Next, we're going to hear from.
I will, Maya.
Next, we're going to hear from Maja. She is the president of Manitoulin Cycling Advocates, which is a not-for-profit organization. Since 2016, Micah has offered all-inclusive Avatar Cycle Tour adventures, and for the past 10 years, they've celebrated the Manitoulin Passage Ride, a 2-day, fully supported ride with 240 riders, showcasing the largest freshwater island in the world, known as one of Ontario's best cycling destinations. Micah lobbies for safe cycling infrastructure, collaborates and supports industry leaders in provincial cycle product development, works with municipalities and destination marketing organizations, brings bikes to students, and teaches the community how to fix and look after their bikes. And with that, I am going to pass it over to, please.
No.
I'm not seeing it yet. Good evening, everybody. I hope you can hear me. My name is Maja Mielonen, and I'm the president of the Manitoulin Island Cycling Advocates. We are a non-for-profit, like you heard, and we're 100% run by volunteers. So welcome to Manitoulin. You can see it here, the largest freshwater island in the world. In Ojibwe, Manitoulin means Spirit Island, and it is a place where crystal clear waters flow. In 2021, this year, we offer 3 tours in September and 3 tours in June coming up. Those tours are guided and they go for 5 days and 4 nights stay. And we'll move right along into the MS Chichiman, our ferry. Manitoulin is connected with the ferry from the south to the north, from Tobermory, the peninsula, not too far from the previous speaker, so up the Bruce, and then you take the ferry on to Manitoulin. Your ride will begin in South Bay Mouth, also end there, and your tour guide will welcome you there and accept your 1 piece of luggage. Well, let's have this adventure begin here. So I'm not quite, I guess it takes a while.
It takes a while.
Okay, so I'm not sure what you're seeing now, but here we go. All right, the rolling along after the disembarkment from the ferry, you will see countrysides and roll along Highway 6, which was our first paved shoulder pilot project that we achieved as Micah in 2010. And you will hear the silence of nature while you're riding there. It's quite quiet once the ferry traffic has all passed. Riding at your own pace, you'll have lots of time to take pictures. And should you take the September tours, there is a lot of opportunities to see the vibrant colors. One of the most spectacular views that you will see is from 10 Mile Point. Here you will see straight, weather permitting, into the La Cloche Mountain. That's a mountain range that's 1.8 billion years old. It's believed that it used to be just as tall as the Rockies, but now it stands a mere 530 meters above sea level at its highest point. If you're a rider like me, you might be glad to hear that we're not traveling up and down those hills. The next slide will show you a 2-kilometer downhill stretch, and this will be a little treat because you will go downhill compared to the ladies that have done it the other way around. Shigwinta is a beautiful little town. It's also a First Nations community, and the stories about this town you will hear from your ever-present enthusiastic storytelling guide. Manitoulin has 2 breweries, and you will travel right past the first one called Manitoulin Brewing, and it is found right at the entrance. You can switch right at the entrance to Little Current. Little Current is on the north shore along the North Channel, and it's a century-old bridge that swings in the summer every hour to let the boats through from the Georgian Bay area into the famous North Channel sailing area. It's quite a beautiful stretch. The first day, it ends in Little Current. You will be hosted by the Manitoulin Hotel and Conference Center for your first night. Leaving the swing bridge behind, traveling through the lovely little small town, you will soon find yourself climbing a few short hills along the paved shoulders of Highway 540. And you will go past small hamlets and more First Nations communities. And the reward for all that climbing will be a long, windy expanse of downhill that lets you see the expanse of the North Channel. It's quite spectacular. Many of the lunches that you will get on, how we call them, power breaks, are planned, of course, beside our many lakes. Manitoulin has 108 inland lakes. There's sparkling waters awaiting for you around every corner along your 5-day of riding. Our island, our large island, features a lot of wildlife. We are a migrating spot for many birds, including the sandhill cranes. We have quite many. 10 years ago, they were fairly any cranes, and now they're breeding here and they're traveling and using it as a migratory area. You will no doubt hear their call. It's quite loud. They're a spectacular bird. Everything on the island moves a little slower. We even have a saying, it's called island time. Everybody moves on island time. For the most part, that's very pleasant. If you need a contractor, that might be a challenge. You will see small hidden treasures while taking your way and your time on the windy, windy ways. The Cup and Saucer that you see here is one of Ontario's famous hiking trails. In a shorter tour, a day is planned with biking and hiking so that you can climb the highest elevation on Manitoulin, which is also part of the Niagara Escarpment. You will see breathtaking cliffs and be able to look into the far distance. On the long tour, you will cycle yourself in what is called Kagawan, one of Ontario's prettiest town. Here you see Bridal Veil Falls. It's a lovely little fall with a great hiking trail and a sculpture trail. And this winter, one of our distinguished photographers took this spectacular photo from the falls in winter. I've never seen it like that with the big mouse. He took some lighting with him and lit them up from behind. And we're all we see a lot of fall pictures from all the tourists we get, but this is by far the most spectacular photo I've seen from the falls. In spring, we have carpets on the forest floors that you travel past, just full of trilliums. Most of them are white, some of them are pink if you're lucky to find one. You will also find lady slippers and many other orchids, small and larger. Manitoulin is famous. We have 32 different orchids. All sorts of wildflowers are found in the meadows, just like carpets. It is wonderful. The white, sometimes the fields are white with daisies, sometimes yellow with marshmallows in the spring, or the smoky grasses. Quite wonderful. We have more deer than people on Manitoulin, and we all call it our home. We will bring you to the Ojibwe Cultural Foundation. COVID, hopefully it will be accessible to all of us. It's a wonderful place to learn from the paintings, the many different ways that they use the deer hides and the vibrant paintings that they do. It's quite a spectacular place. The visit to the alpaca farm may easily become one of the highlights of the longer tour. You will be learning about alpacas, of course. You will get a chance to feed them, see how they sheared, and how the wool is sorted. And I can attest that the warmth found in a pair of alpaca socks or mittens or hat is beyond compare. Provenance Bay is our largest sand beach on the island. You will be seeing the wonderful boardwalk that's featured there, some lovely cafes. You'll find yourself feeling like the Caribbean. The Sweetwater Lake Huron looks like an ocean, sounds like an ocean, but instead of palms, you will see gnarly, swaying pines behind the sand dunes. Cycling along many very quiet rural country roads will let you hear your own thoughts, let you smell the flora, feel the clean air in your face, and appreciate what Northern Ontario has to offer. Meet your guide, the guy, that's his name, yes. The storyteller par excellence, server, fixer-upper, rescuer, and man of all trades will be from morning till night on your side if you need them and tell the stories of the area. In this photo, you will see the cottage that some of you will stay in, and the behind the photographer is Lake Minnemoya that is facing west, where you will be enjoying the sunsets. Our Alva tour, camaraderie, friendship, and wonderful memories of people, places, and nature. I would say maybe don't plan to lose a lot of weight in this 5-day ride, because lovely homemade treats and fruits along with beverages are served at the power breaks. Our daily itinerary will assist you well, and the ever-present guide, of course, as well. You will receive a Mica map, which features over 850 kilometers. You can find that also on our website for self-guided tours, of course. It will assist you in just orienting yourself where you've been and where you will go the next day. Watching the sunset and having lingering culinary flavorful memories will make rest easy. Manitoulin is known for its dark skies. The stars are just absolutely beautiful, and we have quiet nights and very helpful people. Thank you so much for being here tonight and listening to our little story and the opportunity. We really thank OK Cycle for giving us that opportunity to be here and learning about other places, because Guy and I are cycling as well, and we're looking forward to the other stories. I'm looking forward to meeting you all in 2021. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Maya. That was great. I'm going to share my screen again. Oops. Thanks again, Maya. That was wonderful. Our next speaker is Maria, and Maria is from Escape Bicycle Tours. She's the founder and operator. They're based in Ottawa. She moved to Canada in 2002 to complete her PhD. And after several years of teaching in a university business school and management consulting, in 2015, she decided to pursue her passion for biking, an activity that she could not do as a woman in her home country of Iran. Maria started her company with only a website, and with over 90 bikes in 2019, she's grown it to a thriving business. Her company offers daily and multi-day guided and self-guided bicycle tours and rentals in the Ottawa-Gatineau region and soon in Cornwall. And it's rated the #1 outdoor activity in Ottawa on TripAdvisor. Maria and her company have won several city and tourism industry awards and have been featured in the New York Times travel section, The Guardian, CBC Radio, and TV. Maria is fulfilling her dream of promoting Canadian Capital Region as a worldwide cycling destination with a strong team of fun and knowledgeable local guides. Maria and her team are excited to share this beautiful region with you by bike in 2021 and beyond. And with that, I'm gonna stop sharing and let Maria take over.
Thank you, Judy. Hi, everyone. It's so great to be here. Thank you for being here and giving me the opportunity to talk about what we do and what we have to offer. So I am going to quickly share my screen here. There we go. Okay. So as Judy mentioned, we are based in Ottawa, and the reason that I talk about the fact that we are #1 outdoor activity in Ottawa is because people have spoken, and we feel that our greatest pride is the customer service that we offer. We take great care of people. That's our priority. When you come to us, we want to make sure that you have the best possible experience. We've been offering a lot of guided tours in Ottawa, full day tour, half day tour, also specialty tours such as bike and food tour or tulip festival, and also rentals. And in 2021, we are excited to share with you our multi-day bike tour in Ottawa, because we really believe the region, Ottawa-Gatineau region, has huge potential for exploring it for more than a day. So why Ottawa? Because we have an abundant number of bicycle paths. We have over 600 kilometers of car-free paved pathways. And we have everything that a lot of cyclists are looking for. If they're looking for nature, a bit of cultural experience, good food experience. We have the UNESCO Heritage Site, Rideau Canal. We have a lot of history, being Canada's capital, some of the world-class museums, and really neat and cool neighborhoods. So I just wanted to share with you a little bit of what you may see in a tour with us. There we go. Okay. So basically, it's a 4-day trip that you will be making. You will have 3 nights in Ottawa, and the package includes 3 nights of accommodation, breakfast, 2 lunches, snack, everything that you may need during your ride. And you will have our amazing local guides. Actually, I'll just show you. This is the team that we have. So we have an amazing team that will be taking care of you. And what we have done, we have divided the city into east and west, and then we've added also Quebec. So imagine how cool it is. You come to Ontario, but you actually experience Quebec as well. So it's a soft adventure. It's about 40 kilometers per day. The third day is about 20-25 kilometers. But of course, it can always be adjusted, make it longer or shorter if needed. We also have e-bikes available if anybody wants. And we have a monthly departure with minimum 4 participants. We will run that. And we could also schedule additional time if you have a group and you want to basically have it in another time. And the tour is available both guided and self-guided. So you will get a great sense of the region. You will have a mix of biking in nature, seeing some cultural sites, stopping at local cafes, seeing some local neighborhood. So we are very excited about this tour. In addition to that, we are also excited about one of our newest tour in Upper Canada Village area to Cornwall. So this is a 2-day tour that the first day will take you from Upper Canada Village to Cornwall. You will be spending the night there. The next day you will be having some tour in the Cornwall area, some cultural sites, some urban setting, and then we will end the tour by stopping at a microbrewery, and then we will basically say goodbye. But it's a great tour, about 47 kilometers for the first day and about 25 kilometers the second day. And we also have scheduled monthly departure for that. And we could also offer additional date if anybody is interested. And on that note, I'll pass it back to Judy, and I hope that we can see you at one point this summer. You are on mute, Judy.
Yeah. Thank you, Maria, and thank you for pointing out that I'm on mute.
Yeah.
So that was Maria from Escape Bicycle Tours.
Why can't we hear it?
Oh. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Perfect. That was Maria from Escape Bicycle Tours. Our next and final speaker will be Louisa from Ontario by Bike. She's the executive director of Ontario by Bike Transportation Options. It's a non-profit program which focuses on developing and promoting cycle tourism across the province and helping to inspire more people to explore Ontario by bike. They also offer a series of popular Ontario by bike rides and small group tours to destinations around Ontario each summer, which I will say, as we're the booking agent, have been extremely popular this year. With that, I'm going to stop sharing and pass this off to her.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. And I hope you can now see my screen. Thumbs up. Thanks for joining us. And I'm pleased to be here with OK Cycle Tour and see many familiar faces that have signed up to listen in tonight, and hopefully getting lots of inspiration and getting excited for the ride season, which has already started the past couple of days. It's been so lovely out. I just wanted to give you some information about our rides this year, and potentially you can join us, and how you can access some of our itineraries, which are available online, free for you to do any time, self-supported, and give you a little info on what Ontario by Bike does. So first of all, about our rides this coming season, this is actually, I believe, our 7th or 6th year hosting these rides, and they're self-guided tours, but they're all supported. So we do have a van that comes along, we carry your luggage for you. There's a lot of inclusions. We stay at hotel accommodations exclusively. We know that a lot of people who ride with us like to have their heads on a comfy pillow every night, especially after a ride. Breakfasts are included, lunches are included. We have a group social. Things are a little different, of course, during COVID era. We provide detailed route maps, so you can ride along with the group or you can go off on your own pace. There's someone at the front and there's someone at the back. Should you have a flat or need anything, the support van is never far away. So we're really targeted towards kind of recreational rides. We try to keep them within 50 kilometers max a day. Sometimes because of the way things are routed, we do go a little bit over. We love riding on trails, super safe cycling and infrastructure as much as possible. And we encourage people to stop because these routes are all full of amazing places, natural heritage, cultural heritage, lovely cafes, restaurants, so much to see and do. So with our the COVID from last year, we were able to run 3 out of 4 of our tours. We set up super safe guidelines, handling all types of foods, check-in, and staggered starts, and 100% of our riders who we surveyed last year were very comfortable with how we ran the tours. So to put your mind at ease, and we've also updated our cancellation policies to make it easy for people should they need to change their minds at last minute. So our first ride of the year is coming up in June for the Niagara Circle Route South. This ride, and as many of our rides do, and Judy will attest, do sell out. You know, within a couple of weeks, we're sold out from making our announcements. But we've decided to add an extra date for August. So we put the date up on the screen here, and that'll be available for booking very soon. So that's over 2 days. We start in Thorold. What I really like about this ride is it takes you somewhere different than where you might have already been in Niagara, around Niagara Falls, Niagara on the Lake. We go to the quieter side of Niagara, south along the Niagara River Recreation Trail, overnight in Fort Erie, and along the beautiful Friendship Trail, with lots of opportunities to stop in Crystal Beach, Port Coburn, and perhaps even dip your toes or something a little bit more into Lake Erie. And on day 2, we come up the beautiful Welland Canals, a paved trailway. So this ride is actually pretty much all on trail. There is a crossing part between Thorold and Niagara Falls area, which is on road. So a super, super, super trip for this year. The next one is the Sarnia-Lambton trip, which is on July 3rd to July 4th. And this one is not sold out yet. And I think some people don't know about Sarnia-Lambton, and I really think they should. I've spent some time down there before, and I found it just fascinating. And I think something for bike riders is it's super flat riding. Most of it's paved roads that we're going to be on. There's also a lot of incredible waterfront along the St. Clair River. And just exploring the whole area by bike, and the heritage in the area is amazing. So if you're interested at all in learning a little bit more, maybe just seeing and reading the plaques, or even going into some small town museums, which I always found so fascinating, this is a great tour to do. So the kilometers might seem like a lot per day, but it's super flat, like I said, and easy riding on paved roads for this ride. So some of you might not know some of the beautiful spots in Sarnia-Lambton, so I thought I'd add a few little extra pictures. The top left side is an interesting place. I've never actually been to that place in Sarnia. It's got the Great Lakes, so a good joke is that you could ride around the Great Lakes in 15 minutes or 10 minutes, as long as it takes you to circle at, and those are little wading pools there. Some of the waterfront scenes are just outstanding. In Sarnia, the Refined Fool Brewing Company is really neat. And what many of you might not know is the Lambton area is where some of the first commercial oil drilling and wells happened in North America. So there's an interesting heritage there, and there's a really quirky museum that has lots of neat stuff in just south of the town of Petrolia and Oil Springs. And of course, on the bottom right is Uncle Tom's Cabin, which is the terminus for the Underground Railway. And there's a lot of amazing history there that we'll pass through at the start of day one. Some of our other rides, this one's now sold out as well. This is the Thousand Islands St. Lawrence River Ride, and we usually host that every year. And that's a 3-day, 2-night. So we're overnighting in Brockville and we're overnighting in Morrisburg. And we changed this route up last year. It used to be an end-to-end ride and we'd bus people back to the start in Gananoque, but to make it more COVID safe, we run loop tours out of both of those hotel destinations over 3 days. And wow, is that scenery ever spectacular? It's no surprise that it sells out. The route between Gananoque and Brockville, you are 30 kilometers on the Thousand Island Parkway Trail with stunning views of the islands and these beautiful mansion cottages. And Brockville's a very, very welcoming town to visit, and hopefully this year the underground, the rail tunnel will be open, and the LED light show there is really something spectacular. The sunsets from Morrisburg Beach will be there, staying at the Macintosh Inn, super friendly, bicycle friendly location as well. And the last ride that we're hosting is the Cataraqui Kingston Cruiser. Unfortunately, this one is now sold out, but I'll give you the link to the itinerary so you can make your own tour anytime and make it self-supported. This one's going to be super exciting. I can't wait to get on the Cataraqui Trail and the KNP Trail, and we're overnighting in a very nice downtown hotel in Kingston, so we'll be able to explore the city a little bit more at night. So just to give you some more information about our organization, we do have out our annual cycling guide now, and there's a lot of information in that. We'd be happy to send you a copy, and you can see it at ontariobybike.ca/2021, the downloadable digital copy. And that'll give you a lot of amazing ideas for cycling trips that you might want to plan on your own, day trips or overnight trips in Ontario. And as I mentioned, all our itineraries for our tours, even though many of them are sold out now, are available online at ontariobybike.ca/itineraries or ontariobybike.ca/rides. So we've hosted many rides over the years, whether it's the Simcoe County Loop. There's beautiful riding in the Uxbridge Kawarthas area. There's another one from Stayner, Cornwall to Owen Sound. There's Windsor Essex rides. There's the Hamilton Brantford Rail Trail. So please, we develop these routes. We're a nonprofit organization. Make use of them. Send us a message. Let us know how much fun you had. We're always happy to get more people out there biking and exploring Ontario by bike. And also, while you're doing so, please visit bicycle-friendly businesses that are a part of our network. So you can find over 1,500 businesses that are all certified as bicycle-friendly. They offer a number of different services that will help welcome you to their location. And it'd be great if you could spend your time visiting them. As you know, tourism businesses have been very hard hit over the past year, and these are very looking forward to welcoming cyclists and any type of guests. So what do they do to offer extra services? Well, in accommodations, there's secure bike lockup areas. They offer healthy food at accommodations too. They have bicycle repair toolkits. So please, again, consider making one of them your stops while you're planning your trip. And to further assist you with planning, we have a whole load of information for every single region across Ontario online on our website. So you can click to cycling maps from around Ontario and really make your great adventure, whether it is just a small day trip or a mountain biking adventure, gravel, road riding, any type of tour is available for you to plan. So please stay connected with us. If you're interested in our tours, make sure you do get our monthly e-newsletter out the middle of the month, every month, and it does give an update on what's happening around Ontario for bicycle touring. It's where we post first our Ontario by Bike rides. So next year, make sure you're top of the list to receive that. And we have lots of other social media channels that you can stay connected to. And I'll just give a shout out to Simon Lutz, my colleague, who is somewhere buried in the pile of people that are with us tonight. So thank you very much for having us, Maria. And that's it for me. Have a good evening, everybody.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to switch screens here. If anyone has any questions, they can type them into the chat. And I'll leave that open for a couple minutes. I'm going to share my screen as soon as I find it. So that was Louisa from Ontario by Bike. And the only other message that I have for you tonight from us is thank you for coming. It's really nice to see you all out here, and the weather looks great. I think we're actually going to be able to ride our bike soon, which is a real bonus.